Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Thoughtful Conversations. I'm Alex, your host, and today we're talking about a simple but powerful habit: writing things down. Have you ever felt like your mind is constantly cluttered with thoughts, to-do lists, and worries? You're not alone. In today's world, our brains are overloaded with information. But what if I told you that simply writing things down could help you think more clearly, feel less stressed, and get more done? To help us understand why this works, I'm joined by Dr. Rachel Evans, a cognitive scientist specializing in memory and productivity. Welcome to the show, Rachel.
Hi, Alex. I'm so excited to talk about this because writing things down is one of the easiest ways to organize your mind, and yet so many people overlook it.
Let's start with the problem. Why do our brains feel so overwhelmed all the time?
It's because we're constantly bombarded with information. Emails, social media, news, work tasks, personal responsibilities. The human brain wasn't designed to store and process this much information at once.
So, our brains are basically on overload mode all the time.
Exactly. And when we try to keep everything in our heads, it leads to stress, forgetfulness, and mental fatigue.
So, why does writing things down actually help clear our minds?
There's a lot of science behind this. Here are a few key reasons. Externalizing thoughts. Writing down thoughts moves them out of your short-term memory, freeing up mental space. Improves focus. When you write things down, your brain prioritizes information better. Boosts problem solving. Seeing thoughts on paper helps you analyze and organize them more effectively. Reduces anxiety. Writing out worries or to-do lists decreases mental clutter and gives a sense of control.
That's fascinating. So, writing things down is like decluttering your mind.
Exactly. Think of it like a mental hard drive cleanup.
A lot of people feel overwhelmed by stress. How does writing things down help with that?
Here's how it works. Gets worries out of your head. When you write down anxious thoughts, your brain stops obsessing over them, gives you a clear plan. Writing out problems or tasks makes them feel more manageable. Helps you process emotions. Journaling about feelings reduces emotional stress. Increases sense of control. Having a written plan makes life feel less chaotic.
That makes so much sense. It's like when I make a to-do list, I instantly feel more in control.
Exactly. That's your brain recognizing that things are organized and manageable.
Speaking of to-do lists, why are they so effective?
To-do lists help you prioritize tasks instead of feeling overwhelmed. Reduce decision fatigue by eliminating the need to constantly remember things. Increase motivation as checking off tasks gives a dopamine boost.
That's interesting. What about brain dumps? How do those work?
A brain dump is when you take 5 to 10 minutes to write down everything on your mind. Tasks, worries, ideas. It's a way to clear mental clutter and organize your thoughts.
So instead of keeping everything in your head, you put it all on paper and instantly feel lighter?
Yes, it's like emptying a full glass of water so you can refill it with fresh thoughts.
A lot of people struggle with consistency. How can they make writing things down a habit?
Here are some simple tips. Keep a notebook nearby. Have a journal, sticky notes, or an app handy. Set a 5-minute rule. Just write for 5 minutes a day, morning or night. Use prompts. If you don't know what to write, start with "What's on my mind today?" Make it part of a routine. Pair it with coffee, bedtime, or planning your day. Celebrate progress. Notice how much clearer your mind feels after writing.
That sounds so easy. It's just about building the habit step by step.
Yes, the key is to make it effortless and enjoyable.
Have you seen real transformations from people who started writing things down?
Absolutely. One client of mine struggled with anxiety and forgetfulness. She started journaling for 5 minutes each morning, and within a month she felt calmer, more organized, and in control of her thoughts.
That's amazing. So something as simple as writing can actually improve mental health.
Yes, writing is one of the most powerful self-care tools we have.
right, Rachel, before we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway for our listeners?
If you feel overwhelmed, start writing things down. It's the simplest way to declutter your mind and take control of your thoughts.
That's great advice. To our listeners, have you ever tried writing things down to clear your mind? If not, will you give it a shot? Let us know in the comments or on social media.
Thanks for having me, Alex. This was such an important discussion.
Thanks for joining, Rachel, and thank you to everyone for tuning in. See you next time for another thought-provoking conversation.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.